You are consuming more information than any generation in history. Courses, videos, articles, threads, podcasts, hours of it every single week. And the worst part is that within a few weeks, almost all of what you learn and remember is essentially gone. Because it's not documented. Think about what that actually costs you. The courses that you pay for and can't apply in real life, the books whose big ideas you can't remember, the YouTube videos with great insights that you simply forget. It's not that you have bad memory, it's that you're pouring everything you learn into a bucket with hole at the bottom. There is a simple solution to this called a second brain. Everything you learn, all connected, searchable, all queryable with Claude in seconds. But the thing that actually changed is how I work with it. Say I've got an important meeting tomorrow, or I'm pitching an idea that I've been researching for weeks. Normally, I'd be up all night trying to remember everything that I read. Instead, I ask Claude this one question and watch what it does. I ask it, I have an important meeting tomorrow about a project that I have been researching for the past couple weeks. Based on everything in my notes from the past month, brief me what are the strongest points I should make and what's the one objection that I'm least prepared for. The response you get is not some generic answer off the internet. That's Claude reading my notes in real time, the exact things that I've been studying for and saving, and handing them back to me exactly when I need them. You can do this for meetings, class notes, and even recorded sales calls. This is your second brain, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to build one from scratch. Let's start from the app that we use. The app we use to build our second brain is called Obsidian. Now, Obsidian is a free note-taking app. And this is the most important thing to understand about why we are using Obsidian. It's because it saves all of its files in plain markdown text that live on your computer. That means the files are really small, locally saved, so no cloud costs, and fully secure. Once you have Obsidian installed, you need to create a new vault. I'm going to call mine AV's second brain. I choose a folder on my computer where I want to save it. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is set up a very simple folder structure. For our second brain, we are going to start off with 3 folders: inbox, notes, and index. Inbox is for all the raw content that I want to process later. Notes is where my actual knowledge lives. And index is for navigation between big topics. Now, you can simply modify this further based on how you want your brain to look like, but this is a great, simple place for you to start. One of my favorite features in Obsidian is the graph view. The view where you can see your entire notes as nodes, and you can make connection between the nodes and see your entire knowledge graph visually and zoom in and out of it. Right now it's empty, but every node that you create in the future shows up on this graph. Every link between these nodes becomes a connection. And by the end of this video, it's going to look something like this. Now, here's the problem that I want to start solving first. You have been watching system design videos for months. For example, there's Fireship, there's Scalar, there's a random YouTube channel. At 2 a.m., you're watching all of these before your interview, and you're taking mental notes. Maybe you write a few things down in a Google Sheet or a Google Doc, which you never really open again. The knowledge doesn't get captured as much as it should, not because you're not smart enough, but because you're not storing it anywhere that really compounds and grows. It's like putting money in your pocket instead of an actual bank account. It just leaks out. Here's how to fix that. I'm going to take a concept that I want to understand, let's say database indexing, and create my first second brain note. This is my raw material. It's messy. I'm going to dump it all into one single file and just write down all the things quickly. Now, I'm going to take this and ask Claude to ingest it into my second brain. Here's the prompt that I use for this. Turn these raw nodes into a clean Obsidian note. Wiki-link every related concept and keep it under 300 words. Now, Claude returns a clean, structured note with links to things like B-tree, query optimization, and SQL versus no SQL. See how it added wiki links automatically to related concepts? Each one of those double bracketed terms is a future note that I can go back to. Claude's already mapping out my entire knowledge graph for me without me having to lift a finger. Now, I come back to Obsidian, but this time I'm saving things to my notes folder instead of my inbox. Now, for this concept, I create one single clean note. That's all you really need. And I'll do the same thing for a couple more concepts. The same 3 steps. Messy notes go in, clean notes come out, just faster this time. Now watch the graph view. We have 3 nodes, and look, they're already being connected in real time. I haven't drawn any of these connections manually. Obsidian reads the wiki links inside each node and draws the graph automatically. Every time you reference another concept inside a note, a new connection appears because Claude has ingested that information and created those nodes within Obsidian. That is the engine of your second brain. You not only save information, but keep on growing it with interlinks in between. And the best part is this self-propagates and grows itself over time. All you do is keep adding raw inputs to your second brain and it keeps on growing it, finding connections and digesting the information to make it look like your own personal Wikipedia. Now let me show you the vault that I have been building in the background. This took me about 2 hours to build, running the same process that we just saw, one concept at a time. But here's where it gets really interesting. Just having the nodes isn't enough. The real power comes from the connections that you didn't know existed. Now I'm going to paste in 3 of my nodes and ask Claude about connections that I haven't been making explicitly, but ones that exist and can help me better understand the information that I have saved. Now look at this. Claude pointed out that consistent hashing lives inside both load balancers and distributed caches, which is a connection that I never made. So I'm simply going to add it in. Now the last piece of your second brain is the index node. This is like a table of contents for everything that you know about a topic. I'll ask Claude to write an index that links every topic, groups them into categories, and add a one-line description for each. Now this index node is a central hub connecting everything in my second brain together. Imagine it to be the table of contents for your personal Wikipedia. This is the starting point of your second brain. Every time you open it, you start right here and you can jump around wherever you need to go. Okay, so building the second brain is the fun part. Using it is where you actually start getting the ROI. Let me show you 3 ways that I use this almost every week. The first is interview prep. Now imagine that I have a mock interview tomorrow. Let me show you what that looks like with my second brain. Once your Claude is connected to your second brain, you can simply ask it to quiz you or take a mock interview for you based on the information that you already have saved in it. You can ask it to ask you questions like an experienced interviewer in certain companies or specific domains. What you can also do is find knowledge gaps, meaning ask it to tell you what's missing from your saved information. That's helpful because Claude, with the context saved in Obsidian, can tell you exactly what you are missing out on and where you need to focus in order to crack a certain job interview. That is the difference. A generic mock interview gives you generic feedback. This one knows exactly what you've been studying and can tell you precisely where your gaps are. Use case 2, keeping track of changes and version controls. Say you write a lot of strategies or plans for your work. You can create notes for each of the versions of your plan. Now your second brain has an exhaustive list of updates to all the versions and reasons why those changes were made. This is especially helpful if you are a small company founder or business owner that needs to know and keep track of why certain business decisions were made in your company. Not only that, you can go back to Claude and ask it to tell you about strategies that you've already tried and whether or not they work. This way, you never have to risk wasting time doing the same thing twice by mistake. And use case 3, you can run a daily 5-minute loop that keeps your second brain growing. Every time you come across an interesting insight, video, or article, you can simply drop it in your inbox and then ask Claude to run a daily loop to ingest that inbox and add it to your second brain when you're not even on your computer. Every day, it grows your brain using that resource, adding new notes and pages and making connections that you can come back to and use at a later point. That is your Obsidian second brain powered by Claude. You can use this for a lot of different applications depending on what your use cases are, but this is a great place for you to start and have it set up. If you like that video, please share it with someone that might find it helpful. Subscribe to our channel and watch this video next.